Okay, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another video. This is for high net worth people that have no debt. So like, and then you also have the option of sleeping in a police station. So the demeanor is correct. So Los Angeles Sparks. There's the Golden Bay Bridge in San Francisco. Golden State Warriors is in San Fran. So then Los Angeles, LA. Dallas is in Texas. Oh, Dallas. I have like stories for both. Let's start with Dallas. So I once went to R&R, rest and relaxation. It's for people that reach assistant manager and like you would just need to rest. So then everything is bigger in Texas. That just means when you order a pound of steak, it is like a 2-pound steak. If you order a pound of steak in Toronto, it's just a 1-pound steak. Okay, so then back to the other story of being in LA. What is so intriguing about that? It's like that song by Drake. It's like, you now have my number, so you feel better about yourself. Because I was like, it'd be interesting to like, you know, have Drake in your contact info. Hey, I just dropped a song. Oh, congrats, Drake. But then, like, imagine, like, you had my number, maybe. But then it's more so, like, you just dropped someone off in New York. It's actually not that bad of a drive. Why is it not bad of a drive? Because you can then finally understand Bobby Lee. It is so crazy. I was like, on this drive for this person. There are vultures swarming. But it's like, if you're in the desert, you realize there are hitchhikers nonstop. Because what would actually happen? If this person kicked me out of their car, I would be walking. I would die. Like, I would be walking for 8 hours. I would die in the heat. But then there are so many cars, or at least one every 7 minutes. Like, two. Then, like, have you ever been on those road trips and it's like, do I drive past this person? When you're understanding Bobby Lee, he's just like, man, when I pick up hitchhikers, they always commit their crime. They confess their crimes, which is pretty scary. You know, you pick somebody up and they're like, Steve this one time was like trying to pick up a hitchhiker, and I was like, dude, don't do that. And then he pulls up. And then Pamela's like, what the hell, slam the brakes, like, what are you doing? And then I was like, dude, that is so crazily, like, not right. But then, I don't know. But then, that is my trauma with Bobby Lee. Bobby Lee is so traumatized. He picks people up, they confess their crimes. Oh, I once beat someone else's pet. Like, it's not your dog and you kicked this person's dog. Like, yeah, can you drive me further? And so I'm like, I'm seeing this. It's like, I could be kicked out. I would just point my thumb up. I'm a hitchhiker. It's LA. Apparently this is crazily normal. So insane to think about. So then what's so enticing about that offer I made? This person would understand pho. That is all. When is the proper time to get crock pot? Hot food with like stems and pork and like stuff. It's so hard to understand what's the proper timing for it. The proper timing for it is when you drop someone off to New York, you're in New York 75% of the way. You don't understand 80%. Like, why is this person in New York so comfortably and they believe they can make a living from selling comic books? Because crypto is a thing. Crypto is always a thing. Like, when I first got to LA, I just thought about this. I'm being stalked. Any second I get, the very first second, I'll just start knocking on people's doors. Hey, excuse me, do you mind if I live in your basement? And then people will tell by the frantic. Hey, do you mind if I live in your basement? I'm just being chased. Like, I don't have time to explain. Can you please? Like gang member stuff. Like, oh, come inside. Explain to me. Because Spanish people live in LA. Come inside. Explain to me later. And then they'll be so hospitality. Hotels are experts at hospitality. So they should be like, here, have some soup. Explain to me what's happening. And I would be like, I don't know, just Project Nations. I just need a place to live, and then I'll look for work in LA. I'll be a busboy. I'll just go to a nearby tavern. Hey, do you mind if I like wipe down some tables for like extra change? Like I told this story where it's like I'm eating pancakes at a nearby tavern. And then I was basically looking at this family, the Spanish lady, and she looks so homeless with 3 daughters, little babies. And I was like, it probably happens a lot where people want to run away from home and they run to LA because for the most part, it's nice. And then I get on the bus. I forget, but so there was that. I would knock on a door and just frantically, they would see the frantic in my eyes. You gotta keep the frantic in your eyes. Look crazy when you knock on people's doors. Hey, you won't believe the things I've seen. And then when you do that, there's this other story that basically counteracts this one. Okay, well, let's go back to the story where it's like, one day you will be asked to relive your childhood trauma. It's so important, people are saying, that I'm telling them their race. Like, Justin TV is Australian, and it's just so, like, it's just like, why was that kept, you know? Why was that, like, kept from so long? So then, one thing you may remember or may not as you are reliving childhood trauma or you are helping people with their childhood trauma. Do you remember growing up with a heavy blanket? Your blanket was heavier than normal, heavier than the average. Yeah. You basically find Future. Future is talking to a mom of sorts with a child that needs help. Hey, I'm letting you know. I'm gonna gong bene. Your son, remember the time you had heavier than normal blankets? Gengeda. You do? Okay. Because there are spheres everywhere to hold you down from like pretending you're snuggling Drake. Like stuff like that. So somewhere in my journey of unraveling childhood trauma, I realized Timmy is autistic. I was also trying to help Floyd Mayweather talk better with white people. So Floyd Mayweather does a great job. Like, it's so insanely crazy. This one time I followed Floyd Mayweather, like the second most followed person on Instagram after Cristiano Ronaldo. Inefficacy. Like, it's not inefficiency. That doesn't. Inefficacy. So I'm like, why does people follow Floyd Mayweather? And I'm like, I wonder if Floyd Mayweather's stories are different when I follow and then unfollow or something. So I follow and it's like, I'm now at Las Vegas strip clubs. I'm like, and then it forces me to unfollow because I'm like, what? But then it's like, what do I think is on there? Probably regular boxing clips or like memes. Because how do you get 200 million followers? You're probably showcasing sparring. So I'm like, why is this person changing their content? It seems so obvious. Then I quickly unfollow. It's like a champagne bottle. So, crockpots, living in people's basements. I believe I went to Owen Sounds because Henry and I lived in someone's basement with Bitcoin before it was so popular. So, we were in someone's basement. We found someone that kept their blind and kept a very similar lifestyle. We are very low key here in Owen Sound. Temporary blinds, don't go out much. You know, just like keep to themselves. Goes to a local grocery shop, goes home, plays RuneScape. If I get to 99 Slayer, I would probably make like 300 mil. Because I have profitable Slayer, because I have 99 Prayer. Like, I made so much money through mining and smithing. And now, it's like, I bought the best armor. Oh, and then I got 99 Prayer. So now I can pick up the Dragon Bones. And then it's like, I can pick up all these. Basically, it's like if you delay Slayer for a long time. I now have the best setup. I'm now doing Slayer. It's so crazy when you're being paid by RuneScape. When I was doing smithing, I got a paycheck, $1,400. Next week, $1,400. I'm going for 200 mil smithing XP. And then I switched to construction. And I was working really hard to see that big surprise eye. Then 1,800 from construction. And now I'm curious to see what Slayer brings in. So it's actually it's so interesting to think about. Should I do rune crafting? Make 100 mil? It seems so obvious, of course. But then it's like, the way I did mining and smithing for so long, there's only like 7 skills that require money in RuneScape. Construction. Yeah, I guess. Construction and then food. Then construction and then combat and then range and stuff. So then once I got prayer out of the way, I'm looting. I did a price check. I made 300k at the Grand Exchange. Because I'm no longer smithing and mining. I'm picking up rare items from rare monsters. The reason we level up Slayer is to unlock higher and higher levels of monster. So let that be motivation for you. So I could be talking to an autistic person. I could be talking to a person that recently washed a black blanket in the shower on shrooms. It's coming to life. And then they're so traumatized and terrorized that their parents are trying to calm them down. Dude, drink water. You took shrooms. Snap out of it. Snap. Dude, in the city, remember when you drive a Yukon? Pick up a Yukon, too sorry, I know. Go slow, go faster. It's the password, and I know what I do. Find love you back. What would I do? Find love you back. In the city, and Jimmy Tutu. In the city, Dun, dun, dun. In the city, I'm Jimmy Tutu. So I'm basically trying to calm this person down. Stop. I've seen people travel to LA on a last minute's notice. A Spanish woman with 3 daughters. LA is a place to be homeless. To become a YouTuber. You're gonna do something so predictable. Living in a Tesla in LA. Day one. I was watching OG Gent. I click on his live. It says, "In the Mix podcast joined." That was like day one. This person doesn't acknowledge me. And I'm like, does this person purchase In the Mix podcast? Understanding all this stuff? And I'm like, I'm not sure. I don't know. And I'm starting to wonder if the name is popular, In the Mix podcast. And I joined the second day. In the Mix podcast has joined. And I didn't know it would show up like that. In the Mix podcast has joined. And then someone said, like, what is going on in this live? And then OG Gent snapped back. Like, oh, I'm homeless. And they started walking around. That is when I gained my respect. I was like, oh, what's that? I'm homeless. Because there is nobody in the world that is homeless except for me. It's just true. Like, what video can I make? I can record myself playing chess. Someone said it's okay because, like, in all honesty, it's like you don't know how tired you are until after. I'm like, I'm gonna do a 7-day tournament, but then I'm sitting here. I'm like, the third day is actually a push. 4th day is a push. It's like the chess gets worse, or it's like it's just like not worth it. Like a 7-day game. That's why I try to win mine in 4 games. There's a playoff tournament that happened last year. I basically I won 4 games in a row, so I got 3 days off, and it's a surprise toddler. She even stood on a chair. Wow. And then I played a really tough tournament. I played up to game 7. And then the next day, round 2 started, and it was game 1. And I played up to game 6, and I took a 1 day off. And I sat there, and I was like, what the heck? I was like, you guys are so lucky. Like, I just played more chess now when I said I want to stop. I played 13 games in 14 days. Before I was doing, like, I don't know. So then there was a point in time when I did playoff tournament, and then I rest better than you. So I'm like, watch me win because I rest better than you. And I was like, on the 14th day, I was like, you know, it's just so interesting that you got 13 days of chess more than when I was playing intensely. And then I made sure. So the little toddlers were like, what do you aim to do now? Sweep. It'll just always be, I want to win 4 games in a row. So chess is interesting in the way that, like, I'm so tired, so I'm debating. I probably might, but I don't know. It's also the same thing where it's like, why don't I just play when I'm ready? I just really don't know. I do want to go for like a 4 rings. It's like, what if I went back to when I first started playing chess and then just saw how many out of 7. I just like, so what I can do on YouTube is, like, I can record myself. I can add some trim. I can also do day one of being homeless because I am the only person that is homeless. My bomb shelter is uncomfortable. It's like I walk into my bomb shelter, there's a den, there's a couch, there's a chair, there's my shower. It's weird. Isn't it weird? Weird is to say to someone that you feel like they want to go home when it's obvious everyone is outside. And vice versa. Let's see. Jimmy took two. I'm basically saying there was someone who had cars circling their family member. This person overexerted themselves, died of hunger and starvation outside an apartment unit with 500 people. So people that left their house saw a dead person. Like, what's happening here? Why is this person unconscious? And then they change the shoes. So they say the only people that would get close to someone that's unconscious is the family members of this person. It's like, hey, look, we're doing a good deed. We are removing the shoes of this person and then putting on sandals and saying the only people that get close would be their family. It's like, it's so crazy that apparently, dude, are you a moron? Is like, it hits different to different people. So then you didn't drive off, did you? So you left a dead person, left an unconscious person in front of an apartment building where 1,000 people live. And I'm telling people, this is day one out of like all the elders, the most respected people never have done something so sloppy of a job, so crazily, like the complete opposite. Like, so complete opposite. What is XRP anyway? XRP is an army of people that want to wire people money in crypto in black letters. I sent you 100 XRP. They want the number to be large so that it is just cool. I'm sending money to my grandma in China. I bought XRP at $5. It's now worth the same as Bitcoin 20 years later. Hey grandma, I just sent you 17 XRP, 1.7 million. It changes Google stock images. So basically I walked around today because I had to calm people down. All these elders, they killed each other because they were disrespecting each other over Toronto. The latest and greatest elder survived. It's just so interesting. It's just so interesting that they're Chinese too. That all the henchmen killed the henchmen. All the loose screws killed the loose screws. All the drillers killed the drillers. The leaders killed the leaders. It was number 2 that killed the leaders. Like, oh. The upper echelon killed the upper echelon. Sure, they went at it, but they never like went below. They never went above. They were just attacking those at the same level that is appropriate to the power. So that is like the complete opposite. Leaving a dead person in front of strangers' apartments in Toronto. Then I walked out and I basically approached the apartment complex and I was like, don't go after people. like they had cars circling. They said, I'm having cars circling so it's not child neglect. This person dies of starvation. They take their shoes and sandals, replaced them, left it for someone, drove off. The complete opposite. Complete opposite of people that clean up after themselves or like call the police on themselves after they do something like that. Like the latest and greatest other, call the police on themselves. Hey, I overexerted this person so it's not child neglect. Had cars circling. Oh, this person's unconscious. Calls the police. Okay. I am leaving this behind. I am a respectful person. It's going to show up on the news. What is your message? This is crime organization. So then I went outside and I basically had to calm the nerves of people. Because I would just say, don't chase those people because people would just come clean. People are coming clean out of the woodworks. Oh. I was a part-time hobbyist. I was trailing behind this car when this car was overexerting this person. What do you want to say to the news outlet? Just want to say, this is crime organization. We do not go after those that... what do you want to say to these news outlets? Because you know you'll make it on the news. And it's like so crazy, the Manhattan shooter. What is it about the Manhattan shooter? It's like, you just don't want no copycat killers. This person let fire on 8 people, shot and killed 4 people, then injured 4 people. It sounds like that person just said, you owe me money for Spider-Man. You know, like the spidey senses are tingling. My spidey senses are tingling. Ah! And this person elbows someone in the back of the face. My spine. So he deliberately shoots and kills 4 people on the left. Deliberately injures 4 people that are running away. So it's like, you owe me money. Because they leave some blood behind. So it's like, you owe me more blood. So this person is in an apartment building. They probably found their job or their house. They broke into their house, maybe. This person lives on the way to the way they work. So, it's similar to that story where it's like these bank robbers, they go inside a bank in construction gear. They then run out, they rob the bank, but then the bankers are acting tough, so the bankers are then just like, come back, we want to talk to you. But then once they break outside of the bank, everybody looks the same in construction outfits. And it's like, who's the one that ran off with the money? One of them ran off. Whoever ran off would be an accomplice, the person that drove off. And it's like, there's a construction worker on the loose. There is an accomplice on the loose. But then there are 150 construction men that look exactly like this person, backing this person up. And then there's a banker that wants to talk to them. Hey, I gave you my money to save my life. Give me all your money. Okay, here. So I saved my life. But then, hey, once you put away your gun and you run off, I'll just catch you outside because you're wearing orange. Everyone's wearing orange. Oh. Interesting. So that is like a construction story. What is like a lot of my stories tonight telling? The music in RuneScape is so good. The graphics are so good. I have Profitable Slayer, but just more so like RuneScape is so it changes everything. Let me do a brain map for you real quick. I wasn't expecting to have Profitable Slayer to 99. That is so crazy. I could make like 400 mil. I can then buy bonds again, get another year of RuneScape, or I can then max my account. Agility, thieving, rune crafting, farming, hunter. Just 5 skills left. I'll just push through. Thieving is so interesting because it teaches you how to play video games goodly. So, let's see. I am on a shiny horse with shiny armor if need be, and I'm on a horse. And then you are wondering what I'm up to when I log into RuneScape in the summer. And I say, I'm leveling up my thieving. I have 72 thieving. Later, as we are talking in the chat, I have 75. I'm not quite sure. 82, 89. But then I have these potions, the loot from it. Before you know it, it's like I have 99. What's cool about thieving? It gives you a sound effect. It's 55k XP per hour. The same as mining. It just takes a month. You just watch Game of Thrones. I have a crazy one where it's like the Spider-Man pointing at the Spider-Man. A Game of Thrones criminal. Spider-Man. You couldn't just watch Spider-Man. You could just buy a Spider-Man comic book. A Game of Thrones criminal. Spider-Man. That is a clinic. Like, my memes are so crazy because some of them came out the treasure chest of what like it's supposed to say. Memorize Wind Waker sound effects. Some I just made up. And then some of them are meant to be hard. So let's see if it's funny. Some of them are meant to be funny. Look at this close game. Check out these free throws. She could be my favorite player of all time. Oh. Damn, she didn't pass it back. The 3 would have been too deep. It would have been like a running dribble, and then it's just too impatient of a shot. LA beats Dallas. Oh, I'm gonna make it, bro. I'm gonna make it, bro. Why am I gonna make it? Look at this person's hairline. The girl's hairline is worse than yours. I'm gonna make it, bro. So then, that means I'm going to hire, I want to hire my new executive. I somewhat want to survive a guillotine. That's so funny. Some of them are meant to be hard. Some are meant to be funny. And then some of them are just meant to be like ownage. Where I was like, the black guy flying, a hallway, a kid walking with a limp. That reminds me of Shiv. In between there is me, Nikki. Where is the normality? What's normal of a black person flying? I went to summer school, night school, calc. A school in Toronto. Also calculus. Like, calculus is hard to understand. Buy a calculus textbook. That would be a normal thinking. Summer school, night school, calc. A person walking with a limp doesn't know what's going on in life. It's like they hit their head, so So they're walking with a limp. A lawnmower is passive income. Portfolio income, screamed Excel Cool Gum. Okay, so you're in school. You're in a hallway. A cool, spiky Chinese guy like Johnny Woo would talk to this hot blonde girl. Hey, has spiky hair, uses water. Wow, if I had black hair, which I really like, because it matches my eyes would turn brown or hazel, maybe even blue in the sun. Who knows? I have black hair, which is really nice. Sasuke is not terrible. I have black hair. I meet Kenny and Michael in grade 1 with Andy. And they're like, you know, if you take water, make your hair a little bit, you can just spike your hair and you have black spiky hair. I was like, I can have black spiky hair? That's so cool. I did it for like 1 or 2 days, black spiky hair, or 3 days, black spiky hair. And then I stopped because it's just black spiky hair. Like, so, but that's also a really cool story. And so then you're in this nice school. A hot Chinese guy will pick up a hot blonde girl. Hey, there's a lot of tension between us in class. I'm bringing down the attendance. Meet me in the hallway. Shiv walks by. He grabs her hands. He's like, before I make out with you. He puts in gum, starts chewing it. He starts making out with her. Shiv walks by. He's like, I knew he was going to do that. Shiv's in this person's class. He's like, I knew this guy's going to do that. They were talking. He was talking to her, and then he's tall, wearing a red shirt. She's blonde with blue and green pants. I knew he was going to do that. Like, I was getting a drink from the water fountain. Just popped gum, Excel gum, then made out with her. I was like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? It's like, I don't know about that story. I don't believe it that much. A red shirt, black, spiky hair Chinese guy pulled a hot blonde with blue eyes, started making out with her. And she had green pants and a blue shirt, and he had red shirt and black spiky hair. He's like, yeah. He's like, are you jealous, bro? I said, yeah, I am. He's like, what do you think of that story? And I was like, I don't know. I don't really believe it that much. I'm not fazed by it at all. He's like, you don't think there's cool gum to be chewed, bro? Where does people get it wrong all the time? You know, like they get down to 173. Look, you think a lawnmower is passive income. You're supposed to cash out that 1% increase of Ethereum. You scream, portfolio income. You get the email from ShakePay. Portfolio income. You're then walking around. So I excel. I take strides to excel. So I know it's portfolio income, not passive income. Portfolio income, screamed Excel Cool Gum. Me, summer school, night school, calc. You, Shiv. A lawnmower is passive income. Portfolio income, screamed Excel Cool Gum. In the city, I'm Jacob Tutu. In the city, I'm Jimmy Tutu.